Hey guys, welcome back to the FM Dugout for some more San Marino Dream Team. Episode 9 now sees Eden Hazard line up against James Rodriguez in the head-to-head. So Hazard joined the Dugout team after Rodriguez was picked at random for the viewers. Now, if you've seen what happened there in the montage, you can see there is some big news for the San Marino Dream Team in terms of the Dugout anyway. So, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I usually do this when I talk about the player a bit. Is there really any point in talking about Hazard? We know exactly what he's capable of and why he was added. Yes, okay, his favourite position's the left like Ronaldo, but I'm pretty sure Manzaroli fit them both in. So let's see how the nation got on. We got 80th this time. Now, obviously, last time round was 44th, and that was the best ranking to date. However, in terms of what was achieved this time round, as we'll just take a look at now, I think it was worth it, to be honest. So, first season saw an unbeaten. Now, I don't think San Marino have ever seen that, an unbeaten calendar year. So we had a draw against Switzerland away, 3-3, pretty good going. Probably disappointed with the draw against Slovenia at home. With the firepower this team has, they really should be scoring. And then win against Estonia and a narrow win against Lithuania as well. So, all in all, 8 points in the first year, so not bad at all. They started off 2015 with, it wasn't particularly good, to be honest. 3-0 away to England, 5-2 against Switzerland in the reverse tie, and then another draw against Slovenia. But look at this, 4-1 win against England. I mean, and with a man sent off as well. That's pretty impressive. Paul Pogba hat-trick. Slightly unusual, but you know what, we'll take it. Wins against Estonia. That's a really bizarre loss there against Lithuania. Seems really strange out of the blue that would happen. And then, of course, they made the playoffs again by finishing third, just like last time round. But this time they got Israel instead of Portugal, and this time comprehensively 7-2 in aggregate. Very comfortable wins. What I am interested in here, which I'll get onto in a minute. So here we go. 17th of November. This is about the time Ronaldo usually retires. So I'm intrigued. Did he still retire in 2015? No. There you go, boys. He stuck around. Because they qualified for the European Championships. So, good run-up in terms of friendlies, albeit against the small teams in European football. But yeah, that was a pretty good run-up. You can see now Ronaldo obviously taking part in 2016 fixtures, which I'm sure was good for the team. But then they went into the European Championships and, they lost all 3 games. Quite a tough group. But they played Switzerland in the qualifiers and, we didn't beat them this time, did we? We drew 3-3 and lost 5-2. But Ronaldo scoring a double there, nearly getting a point. I mean, to be honest, I'm not too disheartened by any of this at all. I think it's definitely going in the right direction. And who knows what a few other pieces will do. There's only 2 players left in the starting 11 before we get the manager, and then the rest of the squad until we see how many it's going to take. But I'm really pleased with that. But then they came away from there and lost against Austria in the World Cup qualifiers, beat Georgia, beat Czech Republic, but lost to Holland. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, you can see the general trend from what we had before. There's lots of greens and then there's reds scattered in there as well. And then this, it's not too bad. Okay, so yeah, I won't bother looking at any more of that stuff. We'll get on to the viewers simulation once we see who won the World Cup. France won it in 2018, and who won in European Championships? Belgium again. I think they won. Did they win the last time? They might have done. So they still won it even without Hazard. So good on them. So guys, let's see how James Rodriguez got on and see if he can beat 80th, and whether or not you can make the Euro Championships yourselves. So let's see how we got on.
Viewers versus the Dugout.
So there you have it, guys. James Rodriguez, added to the other 8, has got the viewers' selection up to 102, which I think is the best, certainly on the viewers' side. So definitely, again, making improvements. James Rodriguez, another fantastic player, can't really argue with him as a selection. So in terms of how things have gone overall, obviously again we'll do a player comparison at the end, so let's just see how the nation got on and just kind of run through them. So 2014 saw 2 wins and 2 losses out of the competitive games. Let's just see if there's anything interesting to point out. Not real. 2 early goals to Slovenia did the damage. Comfortable win there against Lithuania, and then again against Estonia. Pretty comfortable. And then a narrow loss at home to England, not too bad at all. So where did it go wrong? So they lost to Switzerland, beat Slovenia, then drew the next 2 games. I mean, that's not a bad draw against Switzerland. The Estonia loss will probably have hurt. Then funny go on there. No, not really. Switzerland game, nearly won it there. 3 late goals. They were 3-0 up away from home against Switzerland. That's really impressive. And then England, yeah, fairly comfortable win for them. So I think San Marino finished 4th, about 5 points adrift of Slovenia. So they didn't qualify for the Euros via the playoff, unlike the other team. But I don't know, it kind of looks as though there's a few games that are very, very narrow. I mean, the Switzerland game here, look at that, 2-1 up until 84 minutes and then 88 minutes. So that was nearly twice this team nearly beat Switzerland. They're just losing it late on in the game. So maybe tightening things up again at the back with the final defender might help a bit. So we went into 2016, and actually I just want to check something. Did Ronaldo retire? Yeah, so it looks like the way to keep Ronaldo playing for San Marino is to qualify for the European Championships, and then he'll stick around for another year, I think it was. So where are we? 2016, right. Yeah, this result really stood out for me. I cannot believe he'd lose 6-1 away to Albania. That's terrible. 5-0 at home to Italy. It seems like things have slipped. Then a 2-2 draw against Scotland. Well, what would you believe? Lionel Messi 6-7. Yeah, okay. Then Luxembourg win, as you'd expect. 4-0 away to Italy is not too bad. Slovakia 3-1, good win there, and another 5-0. Albania, the new super team in Europe, 49th they are. So there you go. That's what we've got to try and do ourselves. That's quite astonishing, really. 11 goals against in 2 games against Albania. Another win against Luxembourg, 2-1 loss away to Scotland. Almost did it. Mirko Rosti with the penalty. You really think they would have let Messi taking it. And then a 5-0 loss to Slovakia. So that didn't go too well. Where did they finish up here? I can't remember now off the top of my head. 5th. So at least they weren't like Luxembourg. Not too far off. But yeah, the losses against Albania were just really, really strange. So let's take a look quickly at how we got on in the World Cup, and Croatia won it this time. So just the game's still showing that it can throw up a few surprises here and there, and Germany won the European Championships. So that's how things turned out for the two simulations, but let's take a closer look at how the guys got on head to head. Here we go for episode 9, player comparison, and as you can see, face value, both players have done really well, I think. Both had a fairly large number of appearances. They've chipped in with goals, assists, and certainly from an average rating perspective, both players have done their job, and they've done San Marino proud. I would say Hazard edges it now. I know there was a suggestion for Hazard in the comments, and I'll just reiterate, I run this at random, so everyone who makes a suggestion, it goes into the hat and it gets drawn out, and whoever you get, I then pick someone after that. So had Hazard come out, he would have been for the viewers, and I would have picked someone different. Probably Neymar was the other player I had been thinking of. But just as it's turned out, Rodriguez was selected, and certainly, the guy who suggested that Hazard should be in, yeah, you should be proud of yourself, because I think that's a really good choice. And you can see it's like 1 and 2 almost with the goals, which is fantastic for a midfielder. 9 assists, which is really pretty decent, it must be said. 6 man of the match performances. That's every 5 games you'll get a man of the match. Now that's not man of the match from the San Marino point of view. That's against whoever we're playing against. So really, really good there, and 7.75 average rating. For Rodriguez, 9 goals in 25 roughly works out at about 2 in every 5 games, which he's not a striker. He's a midfielder, and again, it's just that Hazard has played so well that it kind of makes it look as though he hasn't done as well. But that's a great return for a midfielder. 3 assists, and again another man of the match. So yeah, I think both teams done well this time. Certainly the Dugout team making the European Championships but losing all 3 games. It's a step in the right direction. We are getting closer and closer, but that's a challenge for you guys next time round. I want to see you get your team into the European Championships as well. Clearly, winning the World Cup with 11 players for San Marino is just going to be too far. We've only got 2 spaces left, and that's only the first team managing to make the European Championships and losing all 3 games. So I think this series will probably run a little bit longer. As I say, once we fill up the 11, Pierangelo Manzaroli will lose his job and we'll replace him with someone else, and we'll have a special manager simulation episode where we go head to head there, and then we'll just carry on with selected players week in, week out, until we can actually get some glory for San Marino. So as I was saying, there's 2 more spaces left, a left back and a central midfielder. Now I'm going to opt for a left back for the next time, so that'll be us completing our back 5, if you like, 4 defenders and the keeper. So over to you guys. Leave your comments, let me know who you want to be considered for the draw for the left back, and we'll see who comes out the next time. So just before I go, as ever, let's take a look at the San Marino World Rankings for the series so far. So as you can see, things are going quite nicely. We definitely have seen an improvement from episode 1, where we were up at 160 or so. Obviously, the Mats Hummels episode is going to be difficult to beat, but with that one we didn't get any qualification for a major tournament. This time the Dugout team has. So yeah, we're definitely making good progress. But as I say, I think 11 episodes is not going to see us lift the World Cup or the European Championships. It looks as though this series will go on a lot longer than that. So I think this week the glory goes to the FM Dugout. And the better world ranking, the qualification for the European Championships, although being beaten in all 3 games, and I would say Hazard edged it in terms of the player ratings. But, overall, I wouldn't be too disheartened at all at the performance of the viewers select. And certainly, if we can get a good left back next time round, who knows, we might get both teams qualifying for the European Championships, or maybe doing even better. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the San Marino Dream Team. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and come back until San Marino win the World Cup. So until the next time, I'll see you when I see you.